Going to do the last step of the video for the rollover process, which is that I will show you um, how a rollover is supposed to happen. We have this franchise right here that was a test franchise from us last year that we will use for this year's example or test on the rollover process. So if you can see the franchise, it has leads, they have quotes, some of them have appointments, they have a consultant assigned, and then I have quotes on different stages, in process, approved, deposit, receive, even expired ones, and then I have the customer list with all the customer on the different stages, the ones that were ready for payments, the ones that were scheduled, the ones that were ready to be pulled down, and so on, right? I have orders. You can see all the orders we created for test. I have on the inventory. You can see our product list. Um, it's just a very basic product list, right? We have the garland LEDs, on lead ones, and so on and so on. You can see the base prices, base price, and then I also have a price list, a default price list that multiplies by 10, and a test price list that multiplies by 15. So let's get our hands dirty. Let's go to the rollover stage. The first thing we have to do on the rollover stage is do the markup. Okay, on the markup we decide um, what's the percentage that you will increase on your prices for next season. You can do it individually or for all categories. In this case, just to be a little bit practical, we'll do it for all categories and we'll increase by 3%. Okay, we are not going to be increasing that much. Um, then we have the price list where we decide which price list will get the increase. In this case, I will only increase on the test price list. I'll leave the default price list like it was this last year. Then we move to leads, and we decide what to do with last season's leads. Okay, so we'll start with the cold leads. We have a list of cold leads, and if you it tells you here, do you want to keep your cold leads in system? If you click yes, the lead will roll over to the next season. If you click no, the lead will be erased from system. As a cold lead, I only have Angie Rodriguez, so I'll keep them. I'll keep her. I'll leave it as yes. Okay, so I don't have to actually lose that lead. We're gonna do the warm leads, and now we have more here. Okay, on the warm leads, you can decide if you can activate with markup, so that means that it will roll over the lead and automatically apply the markup we define on the first step, so it will increase the price on the quote, or it can be activated without markup, so that will roll over the lead, but the price will be the same as last season. And I have some to play around with here, so we're gonna take some notes. We're gonna use Aubrey Graham as an example. Okay, I will include a quote for Aubrey, but I don't want to increase his price. So let's go ahead and see Aubrey Graham's price real quick, just so we can have an example. Aubrey, it's right here. His total was 666 with 39. Okay, ooh, goosebumps. So we will make sure after rollover that Mr. Aubrey Graham is at 666 with 39 cents. Okay, I'll keep the notes just so I can show you later. Let's keep going. Okay, so this was all like this. We might be going back and forth, but I just want to show you guys how it's supposed to be done, how it's supposed to happen. Okay, so we started with the leads. We said that we were gonna keep the cold lead for next season. We said that we will be changing Aubrey. We will activate without the markup, so that's why we turned it off. Okay, um, and then the rest we'll just let them move forward. Okay, if you, oh well, maybe if you want to see, let me see here. Let me see here. Sorry about the running nose, but it's just the weather. It's really complicated this season. So let's try with Jessica Jones. Okay, I don't want Jessica to have a quote, so we are going to make sure that we look for Jessica Jones, and it's no quote. Okay, I'm going to show you that she has a quote right now, just so you guys can see it. Sorry. You see, she has a quote. Okay, so let's go. All categories. We said this was going to increase by 3% on the prices. Only the test on the leads. The cold lead will stay. The warm leads will be custom. Aubrey won't have a markup, and Jessica Jones will not have a quote. For all the other, they will have a markup. Okay. So Danny, Frank Castle, just making sure they are how they are supposed to be. The only two ones that should be different are Aubrey Graham and Jessica Jones. If there's any Marvel fan watching the video, you will know who Jessica Jones is. Okay, Carmelo, no, Carl. I want you to have a markup too. You're making too much money playing on the NBA. You made too much money playing on the NBA, so okay. Okay, so like we said, Aubrey will be activated without a markup, so he won't see any change on his price. And Jessica Jones will be activated as a lead without a quote. Okay, so good. We go to the next step, which is the hot leads. I only have two: Bruce Banner and Colleen. In this case, I'll keep them both because we already used the example for the warm leads. So for them, we're just going to be doing the regular process. Okay, and we go next, and now we have the overrides. The overrides is when you manually set a price of a quote as part of a negotiation. Okay, this usually happens with the sales app. Um, but let's see if we had any override on this franchise. Okay, good. So we have this. All right. So basically, the process is, if yes, I think we can apply the full price, and it will roll over the order as a quote for next season, but it will apply the full price for the item, so the override will be gone. Or if we apply the markup to override, it will roll over the order as a quote for next season, but it will only apply the markup to the initial override price we set up. Okay, so the markup will be applied to 1,000, not to the full amount, which is 1,067, right? If we decide to do custom, it will allow us to find out or to decide if we want to do the total cost of the quote during the next season on a case-by-case scenario, right? So these are the three options. If I were to have a long list, I can decide to apply full price to all of them, or to just go markup to I'm sorry, to just go markup to all of them. But I want to show you custom. I only have one anyways, which is Karen. So for Karen Page, we want to do the override for next year and apply the increase to the 1,000, or we want to keep the regular amount. In this case, I will decide to keep the override and only apply the 3% to the 1,000. So we have to leave it as yes. Wait 1 second. Or keep overrides, apply full price. Okay, so keep overrides, yes. Apply markup to override. That's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, we'll leave it like that. And we move over to the discounts. Okay, we are going to be doing custom on every stage because I want you guys to see how it works. Okay, it's simple. If we decide yes, we will keep the discount on the override. If we decide no, the discount will be erased and it won't be given next season. So we have two options again, Karen and Luke. For Karen, it was a 10% discount. So in this case, we don't want to keep it. We won't keep it. We will select no. And for Luke, it was a $15 discount. So we'll give him the $15 discount for next year. Here's his quote, 1,018, and the discount, remember, will be 15. So let's do the notes again. So I have Karen Page override will be marked up, and I have Karen Page discount will be removed, and then I have Luke Cage discount will remain, and we'll note here that it's only $15. Okay, so let's go to the next step, which is the keep no charges. Okay, if you mark the lines on order and there is a no charge for last season, this is where you decide what to do with the no charge, right? So yes, we'll keep the no charge, no, we'll remove the no charge, and custom, we can make the decision. For this franchise only has one specific no charge, which is Rovikin, and it's a 3 item that was marked as a no charge. Okay, so if we decide no, we will mark the no charge line chargeable for next season. If we decide yes, we will keep the no charge for next season. So let's keep it just so you guys can see the example as well. Okay, so this is Robbie Keen. It's a 3 D and it's a no charge. Okay, we're gonna look for it once the override is completed. Okay, let's see, let's go next. Now what do we have? The surcharges. If you added any extra charge to the customer, so I have 3 of them here. Same scenario. Yes, it will do it for all of them. No, it will remove it for all of them. Custom, you can choose which ones to leave it and which ones to take it off. So in the case of Bruce Wayne, he had a surcharge, and if we keep it, the surcharge will be of 1,000 extra. Okay, we are going to be keeping only Bruce Wayne this time. Okay, the other 2, Karl Malone and Mary Rivers, they will be removed from their quotes. Okay, so let's see, Bruce Wayne, it has a surcharge of $1,000. Very well, very well. Okay, so we go next. Here we have the add-ons. Same thing, yes, no, custom. We go custom and let's see what kind of add-ons we have in here. So add-ons is something that you added after for this season. Okay, if you want to keep it, we have John Smith and we have again Robbie Keane. We will be keeping, since we're using Robbie as an example for the no charges. In this case, we will be removing the add-on. If we select yes, it will activate the inactive item, so we will select no, so it won't be active for next season. But in the case of John Smith, we will definitely activate it and we will make notes, so I can show you as well. John Smith, and here's window number 2. It was an add-on, but it remained active. Okay, let's go next. We're almost there. So this is the auto charge for installation updates. Same thing, I want to go custom on them just so I can show you. Okay, installation updates are the items added from the crew app. Okay, so we added items for Aubrey straight from the crew app. If we select yes, we'll keep them. If we select no, they will be removed. And he has 2 items. He has a fascia and he has a 3. We will select no for the fascia number 2, so that will be removed. Let's go ahead and make some notes. Aubrey, oh, he's here already. Let's Aubrey, sorry, Graham, and let's say for auto charge items, installation, and we're gonna have fascia 2 remove and 3-1 remain stays. Okay, this is just notes, so we're gonna leave 3 number 1 here. Very well. Okay, let's go to the next one. Offer legacy discount. This is if a client has achieved a legacy discount status according to the parameters we have set on the franchise. You can decide whether to offer the discount or not. So yes, this will apply to all. The legacy will be applied to all of the quotes. No, there won't be any legacy for the quotes. And custom, you can choose. Let's see if we have some. Okay, we have Luke Cage that actually reached legacy on 2 different addresses. We never set up a discount for legacy, so there won't be actually any difference if we turn it on or off. But you can do this from your franchise configuration. So for the future, if you want to have any legacy discount, let's say if a customer spent $3,000 last year, he becomes legacy. So next year, I'll give his quote a 10% discount because he's legacy. So that's how it works. If we would have set up this on this franchise, then we will be able to show you and do some changes. But since the legacy was never set up for this franchise, we will just select no, and that will apply for everybody. Let's save it. Next, the outstanding balances. Okay, this is the interesting part. Um, so for outstanding balance check, it's essential to update everything that was not paid, everything that remain. You will decide if you want them to do the full payment. If you move it to full payment on, you will receive full payment of the balance due. That means that the system will bring that customer balance to zero in the rollover process. Okay. If you decide to turn the partial payment on, that means that the system will deduct the payment from the balance due and roll over the customer with the new total. Okay, so whatever is left will be rollover on that customer's account, and it will be remaining as a pending balance for next year. Okay, so we will see if we leave both toggle switches on red, that indicates that the customer still owes the amount, and the system will roll over the balance, the full balance for next year. Okay, so you have to be very careful. If you decide that he made a full payment, just switch the full payment toggle on, and that will take away everything from the customer. If he still if he made a partial payment, leave just the partial payment on so the system can calculate that for you. Okay, so we will say that Bruce Wayne, he made a full payment. Um, so you want him on zero. Jessica Jones, John Smith, Karen Page, Luke Cage. I'm sorry. And Robbie King. We're gonna work with Carl and we're gonna work with Mary. So for Carl Malone, let's know. For Mary, no. That's weird. Okay, so what if we no? Okay, we will. So nobody actually owes anything? Oh, that's weird. Amount, balance. If you move the total switch to the ring position, it indicates you receive a full payment of the balance due. The system will bring that customer balance to zero in the rollover process. Okay. If you move the total switch to the ring position, it indicates you receive a partial payment from the client. Deduct the partial payment balance. Please update the amount you receive. Okay, so we will update the amount we receive here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do it just with Carl Malone. We will leave it partial payment and we'll see. Oh, ha. What a dumb. Okay, so here you can choose how much he still owes from the balance. It should be 150 because it was a partial payment, so let's do 150. Okay, and then we have Mary. That she will both switches will be red, so the customer owes the full amount. Exactly. That means that if both switches are red, the customer owes the full amount. Somehow I have the hinge that this is backwards and the notes are wrong, but we'll see. Okay, so we'll leave it like that. I'm going to take, you know what? I'm going to take a screenshot of this so we can compare later. Very good. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Next. So the job queue cleanup. This is to make sure the job queue is accurate next season. So there are no pending jobs. There's nothing that was dropped or erased by mistake. You can just go one by one and decide which ones will be keeping. So for Aubrey, we have a takedown that it's a takedown and it's been scheduled for this year. So we won't clean it up. We will leave it. We will keep it. For Jessica, it's also a takedown. We are keeping it. Carmelone, same thing. It has installation. Let's take it off. We installed already. What happened here? Why it's there? I don't know. So for the takedown, we will take down. So we have to keep the take. Oh no, we have to turn it off because we want to keep the takedown. And then for look, wow, look, I have a lot of things here. There was an old takedown that will be erased. We have an installation that was done already. We will leave one takedown only. Okay. So I'm going to take also a screenshot here for you guys to compare later. Very good. Okay, and we are on the early discount step with just one more step. So the early discount, this is the final step for the rollover process. Make sure you set up an early install date for all your offices. We only have WH Ferris and the early install date. The early install date, I want to give them guys some time. So that will be July 31st. If they decide to do this on July 31st, we're good. I just want to check something on the auto charge. No, this is good. Outstanding balances, I think it was. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Okay, so we set up an early install date for July 31st, and then we go to the next step, and we're ready to do the rollover here. Ooh. Download. Okay, this is the moment of truth. We're ready to complete the rollover. You will have 4 options on this screen. Rollover, that will start the rollover process. Like Right Cloud will apply all your decisions and prepare the system for next season. So please keep in mind that the rollover process takes time depending on the size of your database. The system will give you an estimate of how long the process will take. During this time, you will not be able to use Right Cloud. Then the rollback. If you complete the rollover process and are not happy with the results, you can always go back to the start over again and press rollback. So if the rollover doesn't work for you, you can use rollback after the rollover is done. Okay. Then we have the mass send proposal. Once we finish the rollover process, we can send all the rollover proposals with just one click to all of the quotes and email the quotes again. So that's very good. And then the download reject. Sometimes the rollover process cannot be updated, a quote or something that is wrong. You can download a file and it will explain to you why that quote didn't update it. So let's hit the bottom. Let's see some magic happen. Oh, rollover process running. This takes approximately 3 minutes. Okay, good. So guys, I'll give you a second video where I will show you what was the result. Okay.